Hi Trilogy members, and welcome back to Tip Tuesday. This week I'm going to show you how to create some staple coffee drinks right at home. One thing I really miss these quarantine days is going out to a local cafe, enjoying a drink, and just relaxing. So today I want to help you bring that experience into your own home. We're going to learn how to make an iced latte, an iced Americano, a mocha, and my favorite, the iced macchiato. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So what you're going to need is some ground coffee, some hot water, any milk of your choice, some ice, any sweetener, some chocolate if you're making the mocha, and a French press to create our espresso shot. Now there are other various coffee devices that you can use to make espresso, such as the mocha pot, the French press, an AeroPress, and a pour over. But today, we're going to be using my personal favorite, which is the French press. Alright, so first we're going to create our espresso shot. This is going to be the staple for all of our upcoming drinks. You're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of finely ground coffee into the bottom of your French press. Next, pour in some hot water, just enough to cover the coffee grounds, and let it sit for a few seconds. This allows all the oils and flavors of the coffee beans to come through. Then, add the rest of your water. You're going to want a ratio about 1 cup of water per 2 tablespoons of ground coffee. Pop on the lid and let that sit for 4 to 5 minutes, making sure not to press down the filter yet. After that time's passed, we press. So you're going to want to go slowly down about halfway, slide back up, and do a final slow press to the bottom. Perfect, and now your espresso is ready to go. So the first drink we're going to create is our iced latte. We're going to grab our empty cup and add your espresso in. Here, I'm going to use about 2 ounces. Next, add any sweetener of your choice. Here, I'll be adding some sugar cubes. Mix that well until the sweetener dissolves. After that, pour in any milk of your choice. Now the common ratio for a latte is about 1 part espresso to 3 parts milk, but you can always change it up to fit your personal taste. Finally, add in some ice cubes. Perfect, it's finished. A perfect iced latte to enjoy. Next, we're going to move on to an iced Americano. Just like the latte, we're going to pour in our espresso, about 2 ounces, into our empty glass. Go ahead and add any sweetener of your choice. Mix well until it dissolves, and you're going to want to take some cold water and pour that right in. So for Americanos, usually the ratio is about 1 part espresso to 2 parts water, but again, you can just adjust it to any ratio you prefer. Add those ice cubes in, and perfect! There is our iced Americano. Our next drink is going to be the iced mocha. Now just like the previous drinks, we're going to add in our 2 ounces of espresso. Now no worries if you don't have any chocolate syrup at home. Here, I'm going to take this dark chocolate bar and I'm going to add 1 square into the espresso. Now you can use chocolate chips in your pantry or Hershey Kisses that you have laying around, and feel free to add as much or as little chocolate as you'd like. Mix that well until the chocolate is completely melted, and go ahead and pour in your milk. Similar to the latte, we're going to go for that 1 part espresso to 3 parts milk ratio, or whatever suits your taste. Go ahead and add your ice, and there we go. Now as an additional step, I'm going to take some chocolate bits here and I'm going to sprinkle them on top as a garnish. Now I love adding these little touches to my drinks because it really kind of replicates what you might receive at a cafe. Finally, we're going to move on to my personal favorite espresso drink, which is the iced macchiato. Start with a cup of ice, and here, as an additional step, I'm going to take a cocktail shaker and fill it with ice. And in there, I'm going to pour in my milk of choice and any sweetener I'd like to add. Now this is an optional step you can take, but I find that the cocktail shaker really chills down the milk and adds a nice bubbly foam to the top. Also, any sugar that you do add will be blended to perfection. If you'd like to skip this step, you can pour the milk directly into your cup of ice along with any sweetener. Now here's the tricky part. When you add your espresso, you want to pour it in slowly. I like to pour over an ice cube floating right at the top to kind of slow it down and keep the espresso and milk from blending too much. And once that's all poured in, you're done. Now the key to a great looking macchiato is this layering effect in between the milk and espresso. It may not turn out the first try, but practice makes perfect. And there we have it, Trilogy members, 4 different perfectly crafted iced coffee drinks to enjoy. I've been having tons of fun recreating these cafe drinks for myself, and I'm really hoping that some of you give it a shot as well. Now, if you do decide to make one, don't forget to post a photo of your creation down in the bulletin. Also, feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or feedback as well. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next Tip Tuesday.